This is what silence does to the narcissist. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm an attorney. I'm also a narcissist negotiation expert. I've written a couple of best-selling books, Negotiate Like You Matter and Breaking Free, a Step-by-Step Divorce Guide. I also have a third one on the way, Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. I've helped thousands of people get out of narcissistic relationships, break free of the drama, trauma, and chaos. And I want to help you do the same thing, get to a life of freedom, possibility, and purpose. So make sure you subscribe to that channel right here and hit that notification bell so that when I release brand new videos, which is every single day, that you will get notified. I'm over here giving free content every day. What other lawyer is doing that? I want to help you negotiate your way to a best life. Okay, so let's talk about what silence does to a narcissist. They don't like it. That's like kind of the short answer, but let's talk about the long answer. So, what makes a narcissist tick? Well, narcissistic supply, they're kind of like one-trick ponies when it comes to that. You know, most people are motivated and incentivized by many different things. Narcissists are kind of like rats in a maze in some ways because they like narcissistic supply. They need to be fed. They need that ego to be fed, right? One of the ways that they get that ego fed is by getting you to be baited. They want to see you squirm. They want to see you get all emotionally riled up. How do they do that? Well, they do that through text messages, through emails, through in person, but they like to bait you. They do that through pushing your buttons, through saying things that they know are going to upset you. And they do that as entertainment, but also to use, your reaction against you in litigation many times, especially if you have like a family law case with them. They will use your reaction to say, look, there's the crazy one, there's the emotional one. They also enjoy it because they get a constant source of supply. They also don't like silence for a number of reasons, because it also means that they don't have control over you anymore. It also means that you don't approve of them anymore. And it means that maybe you're slipping away from them, and they don't like that either. So there's a number of reasons why they don't like the fact that you are no longer responding. So if you're now not taking that bait, mind you, they do this all the time. This is one of their favorite little ploys. They love to see you squirm. This happens early on with them. Early on with the love bombing, they're like flooding you, 50 text messages a day, emails, showing up constantly. Oh my God, I can't live without you. Oh, and then all of a sudden you're doing the same thing back and nothing, or they use it as a method to control you. But if you try to do this back to them, they do not like it. It means that their control is over you is slipping away, and it can trigger that narcissistic injury in them. And so they're now afraid that you are either abandoning them, they've been slighted, that you're withdrawing, that their control is slipping away, that you are disapproving of them, that you are putting them down in some way. The whole thing of ignoring them, the thing that they do not want. They don't want you to slight them. They don't want you to ignore them. or they imagine all the worst things. Maybe that you're cheating, that you are telling everybody all of their worst secrets or whatever it is, especially if you know things about them. They will probably not necessarily react in a good way. During the discard phase is when you see the birth of that smear campaign. And, I have other videos, by the way, on the different phases of a narcissistic relationship. That love bomb, the devalued, the discard phase. That discard phase is where you start to see the birth of that smear campaign, and this is where they go to other people and start to try to line up their armies, sometimes called flying monkeys, to make you look bad, make you feel like they've got all these people lined up against you and for them, make you feel more isolated, to make you feel like the world is going to be on their side, not your side, that everybody's going to be believing their lies. They cause a lot of damage that way, because they'll oftentimes lie about you or what happened. A lot of times they actually will create a lot of noise to deflect whatever it is that they actually did, to make it seem, like you are actually the much worse one, to make a lot of noise around you. What can you do about it? I say, step 1, don't run. Step 2, make a U-turn. Step 3, break free. In other words, you got to turn this thing around. You're turning the ship around. You don't want to keep running. You don't want to keep being on the defensive. You got to start turning it around so that you're on the offensive, because otherwise you're going to constantly feel like you are at the effect of the narcissist, and they're going to continue to run the show. The only way you can turn it around is by stopping being on the defensive and go on the offensive, so that you can finally break free. But obviously you can't do it all in one day. They didn't condition you all in one day either. So you have to do it in baby steps. And the very first thing, step 1, don't run, is to start creating some boundaries. And those boundaries are going to have to look like, I'm not going to allow you to speak to me in a disrespectful tone anymore. You're going to have to start changing your passwords on things. You're going to have one form of communication. I definitely recommend that form of communication be in a way that you can track, that it has a time and date stamp. Text is not a form of communication that can be tracked. It does not have a time and date stamp. So, I recommend that it's email. If you have children, you can use some sort of app, some kind of court-approved app. If you can get it turned into a court order, that's even better. So, Talking Parents, Our Family Wizard, things like that are all fine. But step 1, don't run. Step 2, make a U-turn. This is where you can start to turn it around. Little baby steps, where you have brief conversations. Keep them very, very brief. I say making a plan, Stan, where you have a plan. When you go in to have a conversation with them, have a plan, have an agenda, have a scope. When you hit that time limit, you just say, oh, sorry, gotta go. I have to take a shower. I have to go to work. Whatever it is, get in and out of that conversation. Create leverage, have strategy, leverage, anticipate, focus on you. That's my SLAY methodology, which I talk about in my SLAY program. This is what you need to have. That's how you start to present it in a much more effective, positive way. And that's what I teach you when you are negotiating using my SLAY program. It's a way for you to be strong. It's a way for you to be powerful. And it's a way for you to be able to finally break free. So start creating leverage. That way you can start speaking about it in a powerful, positive way. So step 3, break free. Start to feel your power. Start to be able to walk away. I want you to write break free in the comments right now, because you're going to be so ready to break free. Remember, they're always the worst right before they're ready to give up. They're like toddlers having a tantrum. Toddlers are always the worst right before they're ready to give up. And so are narcissists, they're like toddlers. You will need additional support. So if you're getting ready to negotiate with a narcissist, make sure to grab my free 15-page Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet at crushmydeal.com. It's a free ebook. You can get it at crushmydeal.com. Do not try to negotiate without that. You can definitely get that for free. It's amazing. People have won their entire negotiations just with that. Also, make sure to join my free private Facebook group at Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. And make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. Hit that notification bell, because for sure I release brand new videos every single day. And the next video that I want you to watch is 5 eye-opening text messages and how to respond to them. Because after you have silence with a narcissist, you will be getting text messages from them. I want you to be ready for that. So 5 eye-opening text messages from narcissists and how to respond to them. So let's go watch that video together. I will see you over there.